Yes, sir. Now, today, pay your dues. That's the title of this presentation today. Is pay your dues. Now, yesterday we heard the news of Rickey Smiley son passing away, right? At the age of 32. Now, we know the game that these people are playing in Hollywood, right? Now, let's just dive in on this article that I seen, right? Talking about Rickey Smiley revealing his son, Brandon Smiley, passing away. Now, they say in this article, Rickey Smiley has become one of the biggest names in entertainment. His morning radio talk show is one of the most popular shows in America. Over the years, Rickey Smiley has paid his dues, rising the ranks to his current position. While he has achieved so much, he is experiencing the type of loss that no parent ever wants to feel. This afternoon, Rickey Smiley announced the loss of his son, Brandon. Why would an article, when they're about to speak about Rickey Smiley announcing the loss of his son, Brandon, why would they sit here and use this type of terminology? Why would they mention the fact that Rickey Smiley has paid his dues, rising the ranks? What are they really referring to? Are they referring to the fraternity that he's a part of, Omega Psi Phi? Is that what they're really referring to? The things that you have to do, the dues that you have to pay in order to climb the ranks. Now, it's very interesting that Rickey Smiley announces his son Brandon passing away at the age of 32 when Brandon equals 32 in full reduction, as father equals 32 as well. Now, if you don't understand what you're looking at, this is the practice of Gematria, turning letters into their numerical value. And this is exactly what's going on in the mainstream media. These celebrities, the stuff that's going on in their lives is going off of a code. It's no accident the reason why you're hearing about these things at the time that you are. It's all being constructed by the numbers. So now let's break down these numbers. Right? With the Masonic finger to the temple. Right? As we know, that is a Masonic gesture. But let's take his stage name, right? Rickey Smiley and Sacrifice had the same numerology with 46 and the reflection of 46, 64. And we also have 170 in the English language in reverse. Now, Rickey Smiley's son passed away on 73 date numerology, just like Sacrifice equals 73. Now, he also lost his son 73 days after the anniversary of his fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. So was this a sacrifice for the Brotherhood? For him to move up? They said he had to pay his dues. Is these the dues that he had to pay with the loss of his son? Now, the anniversary of Omega Psi Phi this year happens to be on the 293rd day of Rickey Smiley's son's death. 293 is the 62nd prime number. Just like Birmingham, Alabama equals 62, which happens to be Rickey Smiley's place of birth. And also with 62, with the word sacrifice. Once again, that word sacrifice with that 62 and that 73. Now, if we take Rickey Smiley's real name, which Rickey is not even his real name, this is his stage name, right? If we take his real name, which is Broderick, I believe Steve Harvey's real name is Broderick as well. His frat brother, he's also an Omega Psi Phi member. But if we take Broderick Darnell Smiley and Human Sacrifice, we get 248 and we get 130. So we're getting the same synchronicity with that Human Sacrifice that just took place. Right? Now also, Broderick Darnell Smiley equals 113, the number for dishonesty. Just like green screen, dream world, fake reality, sinister, divorce, infidelity, perjury, disinfo, non-factual, not true, broadcasting, mainstream, bullshit, election day, politics, puppets, illusions, fictions, not honest, and dishonest. All of these words, we get the number 113 associated with the number for dishonesty. And this is what we get with Rickey Smiley's real name. Now, also breaking down Rickey Smiley's date of birth, August 10th, 1968. Breaking that down, we get 33 date numerology. So once again, was his son passing away at the age of 32 right before his 33rd birthday? Was that him climbing from the 32nd degree to the 33rd? Was that what this was? Right in front of our faces. Was this a promotion that we just witnessed? But come on. Right? Now, the day that Rickey Smiley was born is interesting enough because he was born on the 223rd day of the year, when we know skull and crossbones equals 223. So it's interesting that the sacrifice of his son happens in the year of skull and bones when his father was born on 223, the 223rd day of the year. When we know that this year marks the 322nd anniversary of Yale University, which is the headquarters of Skull and Bones. When we know Skull and Bones, the order 322. So it's just interesting that now, when we know that he was born on this numerology, now the death of his son comes in the year 2023. Just like the day he was born. Right? Now, the day that his son, right, Brandon Smiley passed away, he passed away on January 29th, which left 336 days remaining in the year. Just like his alma mater, Alabama State University, right, his father. This is the school his father attended. This is where his father got into Omega Psi Phi. It's all revolving around that fraternity that he's involved in. That's where this ritual came from. Alabama State University also equals 336 in the English language in reverse. Right? Once again, his son passing away on 53 date numerology, January 29th in the year 23. We get 53 date numerology, just like Omega Psi Phi equals 53. This was a ritual for his fraternity, for his brotherhood, for his brothers. And pay attention to the lightning bolt right here. Pay attention to the lightning bolt. This refers to the fallen angel. Right? Scripture even says itself that Lucifer was a lightning falling from heaven, the fallen angel. This is what this represents, this lightning bolt. That's why Zeus, when Zeus threw that lightning, Zeus is the same thing as Satan / Lucifer. It's all the same. That's why these black fraternities worship these Greek deities. And that doesn't even make sense in itself. But come on. Now, Brandon Smiley's birthday, was on 2/9. He then proceeded to pass away on the 29th day of the year, when Smiley equals 29. He also passed away 11 days, right, before his birthday, right? He passed away on the 29th, 11 days before his 33rd birthday. You know those master numbers, 11 and 33. But most importantly, the fact that he passed away on the 29th, 11 days before his birthday, just like black equals 29 and 11. We just seen this ritual in front of all of us with Tyre Nichols. Tyre Nichols just passed away at the age of 29. He was even born with 209 days left in the year, when once again, black equals 29. The Q Dogs is also revolved in this situation as well. Omega Psi Phi, as 3 out of the 5 officers were involved with this fraternity as well. Q Dogs equals 29 as well. So yes, it's the Q Dogs number that came around too, as it's their 111th anniversary of their existence. So yes, it's going to be a lot of Brotherhoods of Death. It's going to be a lot of Omega Psi Phi members that their numbers are going to come up. Omega Psi Phi members are going to pass away. And family members of Omega Psi Phi are going to pass away in the mainstream media. Right? I'm speaking of celebrities. Right? And people of high, you know, when they're in them high ranks. I'm not talking about your 18-year-old cousin that just joined because he don't know what the fuck going on. Now, the 29 and 11 revolved around this situation as well. Not only with him, not only with Tyre Nichols passing away at 29, but also his date of death, right? The 10th of January, 101, when Q Dogs equals 101 in reverse. Drop that 0 and you get that 11 again. So all of these things now are revolving around Omega Psi Phi. Right? Now, Rickey Smiley's son passed away 193 days before Rickey Smiley's birthday this year. Now, 193 is the 44th prime number, just like kill equals 44. Now, what's interesting, kill also equals 64, as it's synchronized with Rickey Smiley and Omega Psi Phi. So yeah, his number came up. His number came up. And what's interesting, 2 years ago, he already tried this with another one of his children. Right? Rickey Smiley's 19-year-old daughter got shot multiple times 2 years ago. So this was his first attempt. This was his first attempt for that sacrifice. But it didn't go through. So first it was his daughter, now it's his son. And they're yet to provide the cause of death for the son. They have yet to reveal that. But yeah, and the day that his daughter got shot, which was on Sunday, July 5th, that happened to be 330 days after her father's birthday. Interesting. Right? She also got shot on 52 date numerology, July 5th, 2020. Just like her name, Erin Smiley equals 52. Now, what's so crazy about this, how I know that this was a failed sacrifice, is because, right? It happened. This is the first reason, right? I have a better reason, right? But this is the first one. It says Smiley posted an emotional video. You know, he's always recording this and letting everybody know. These people have to, when tragedy hits their family, they have to let the world know because it was a ritual. You know, usually people disappear. You don't hear from them. They're not on social media when they face a tragedy. That's not the first thing they think to do, is pick up their phones, show their face, record themselves, and talk about a tragedy. No, this is a part of their ritual. They have to break the news of it when it happens. Right? Now they said, in which he said his daughter Erin was one of a group of people wounded in Houston over the 4th of July weekend. Now, once again, July 5th in the year 20, right? 2020. That equates to 32 date numerology, just like Houston, where she was shot, 32, and father, 32 once again. So this 32, man, I believe this was him going from that 32nd degree, that 32nd degree to that 33rd. Because he tried this 32 thing with his daughter first, with her getting shot on 32 date numerology when father in Houston, the location, equals 32. That failed. So then they got the son. Then the son passed away at the age of 32. Just like Brandon equals 32. So I believe this was his 33rd degree ritual. It failed the first time, but he tried again and they got it right. So yeah, he's moving up. Like that article said, he paid his dues for his rank. Why are they using these type of words? This ain't the military. This is a comedy. His rank, his rank and his position, paying dues. What the? Well, come on. Now, how I really know that this was a failed sacrifice is because his daughter was shot on the 187th day of the year. When we know that 187 is the penal code for murder. It's the police code for murder. Yeah, she dodged one. Yeah. He tried, yeah. Yeah. He tried to get rid of her. Mm-hmm. Sure did. And the thing about that, right? That same day, July 5th, that same day, leaves 179 days remaining. Just like Omega Psi Phi equals 179. Come on, man. This was the first failed ritual for his fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. This is how it all revolves around the fraternity that he's involved in. And peep how they also have this same skull and crossbones symbolism, right? Just look at the head and then the crossbones. Just like over here, the head and the crossbones. They have that same symbolism. So it's interesting that the Omega Psi Phi member, which has the same symbolism as Skull and Bones, was born on the 223rd day of the year, just like Skull and Crossbones. Then he loses his son in the year of Skull and Crossbones, which is 2023. So yeah, man, it just comes full circle, man. It comes full circle. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot of tragedy, a lot of death rituals, a lot of things in that nature are going to occur in this year. But that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support, and I'm out.